Now that we already know how to count from 0 to 19, let's take a look at how to count from 20 to 100. Ya que sabemos cómo contar de 0 a 19, vamos a aprender cómo contar de 20 a 100. Okay, so let's take a look at the left-hand side of the numbers at first. You already should know how to say 20 from the previous video, which is 20. And you can probably see a recurring pattern here in all the numbers from 21 to 29. All of these numbers are composed only of the word 20, which actually changes the E into I due to better pronunciation reasons or better conveniency, because you can say it more quickly than if we kept the E right there. And the second part of all the words is composed out of the basic numerals that we did in the previous video. So 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So if you remember those, counting from 20 to 29 will be really easy. So let's take a look at that. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So basically the only thing that you're doing here is that you're taking 20, you're adding E to it, which means and in Spanish, and then you're adding the number. Then you're adding the basic number from 1 to 9. But of course, due to easier pronunciation and easier writing, this was transformed into a normal I, and the E was removed. So that's why we write it as one word, 21, 22, etc. Also, you may have noticed that in 3 of these words we have an accent, we have a written tilde. You also may have noticed that it only is true for the words that end with an S. The reason for that is that with all these numbers, we want to make sure that the accent is on the last part of the word, so the part that actually specifies what 20 thing it is. So whether it's a 21, a 22, a 23. And for these words that end with an S, naturally the accent would lie on the next to last syllable. And of course then the important part of the word would not be stressed. So that is why we write them here, that is why they're only in these 3 words. And yeah, so you should already know how to count from 20 to 29, that was pretty easy. And actually I have good news for you, because counting from 29 upwards to 100 and then even after that is going to be even easier. So again, you will be using the numbers that you already know from the previous video, from 1 to 9. The only new thing that you have to learn here are the tens, basically. So 30 is 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90, and 100 is 100. And then again, here you can see the same thing that I explained with the 20 numbers. But here it is not connected into one word. So if you go from 30 upwards, you have the word that expresses how many tens there are. Then you have I, which means end. And then you have the simple number from 1 to 9. So 31 is 31. And when you read it, it sounds like it's one word, but it's written as 3. Contrary to the 20 numbers. Okay, 42 would be 42, 53, 53, 64, 64, 75, 75, 86, 86, 97, 97, and we can go on and on and have countless number of combinations here. So yeah, counting in Spanish is pretty simple. A very similar pattern then would apply to the numbers 100 and plus, but we'll do that in some other video. But there's one more thing that I'd like to show you in this video besides actually doing numbers, and that's I'd like to teach you a couple of sentences and responses where you might be needing numbers. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. Of course, knowing numbers is very important or very useful when we're talking about money and about how much something costs. So let's say that you're at a shop and you're interested in something and you want to ask the vendor how much it costs. So you would say, ¿Cuánto cuesta? Which means basically how much does it cost? But as I've probably maybe explained, and as I'll definitely explain in the future videos, Spanish sentences tend to be shorter because the persons are already included in the form of the verb. Because since the verb changes with every person, it also includes the person or the object or the subject that we're talking about. So cuánto cuesta means how much does it cost. And the response to that would be cuesta, So let's say something costs 28, so we would say cuesta 28 euros. Or dollars, dólares, crowns, coronas, and so on and so on. You could do that with any other currency. Another thing that might come in handy with numbers is asking somebody's age or telling your own age. So if you want to ask someone, how old are you? You would ask, ¿cuántos años tienes? And the response to that is, tengo 29 años, let's say. Or tengo 100 años, 100 years. That's a nice age. So, ¿cuántos años tienes? Tengo años. And the last thing that you might want to ask someone is their telephone number. And the question would be, ¿cuál es tu número de teléfono? Which basically translates into, what is your telephone number? The response to that is, mi número de teléfono es, and you go on and you say your number. You could just also say, mi número es something, because from the question it is evident that you're talking about your phone number and not some other type of number. Okay, so, ¿cuánto cuesta? ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? You should be able to answer these questions using the numbers that we just did.